It's okay?
Yes, sir.
Then, so induction is very important primary function. But I'm not going to discuss about induction as I'm just allowed to discuss. So we can go there. Funny. So in short, what is induction? Induction is all about introducing newly hired employee to the organization. So you have to tell them the vision of the organization, structure of the organization, your product to the service you produce, your customers, your suppliers, stakeholders, etc. Like managing hierarchy. That is organizing induction. On the other hand, you have to introduce the newcomer, newly hired employee to the job. It's like, what is the purpose of the job? What are the tasks? What are the duties? What are the responsibilities? What are the that is called job induction. Organizing induction, job induction. Then you have to introduce the newly hired employees to the people that he has to deal with. So who is the boss? Immediate boss. Who is the immediate boss? Boss. Who are subordinate? Who are the co-workers? PAs. So we have to do that. Understand? You have to introduce. That is called human induction. And you have to introduce someone to the department that he's at. Understand? So what is it? Finance. So you have to introduce to the department of finance. Understand? That is called department. There are four types of induction. So without induction, so you can go. So people learn by using biological method. Problem is it possible? It takes time. Understand? So everybody will learn staff will be exposed to the job and get to know each other. But it takes time. Understand? So idea of the induction is to make the employee a productive employee as soon as possible. So that we will continue to support so that induction is very, very important. On the other hand, if you have made a mistake at the time of recruitment selection, so you can so solve that problem to self discontrol. So orientation or induction. Right. So anyway, it is a self-study. Online participants, good morning. Hello, everybody.
Good morning,
Do you
sir.
hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Right. Okay, today we are going to talk about one of the secondary function of human resource management, that is employee performance. Okay, we have not yet started. Now we are going to discuss. But employee performance evaluation is one of the secondary functions of human resource management, not the primary function. You can perform this function at any given time if you have performed primary function. That's why in specific time you can perform this function at any given time after performing all those primary functions. But however, it is recommended to perform this function before training and development. Training and development is another function we perform. We are going to talk about training and development too. So it is better if you can perform performance evaluation before training and development. Training and development also one of the second function. So can you tell me why it is better to perform performance evaluation before training and development? It's advisable. Yes. Any idea?
Yes, you can distinct through the rainbows after.
Idea, very good. So let me idea, reason. So if you are going to do any training, if you are going to design an training program, there should have every need, every reason for training. Do not do training for the sake of training. Do not do training because the other organizations are doing. Do not do training because funds have been allocated. Do not do training because you have been training people in the past. Do not do training as a person. There should be a genuine reason. Genuine need. So that need identification is a must. So before you design training program, you have to properly identify real training needs, genuine training needs. So there are many ways that you can identify training needs. So the best way is through performance evaluation. To conduct a performance evaluation, so you'll be able to understand performance deficiencies of the employee. Performance gap. Right? Performance deficiencies may be due to many reasons. One of the reasons is deficiency. Skill is different. Understand? So that may be the solution. If the problem is performance evaluation due to the problem is skill deficiency, solution is training development. Right. So that in order to identify training needs, what type trainings are needed, who need training. So performance evaluation help a lot. So that it is procedures to perform training and development. So we sorry, performance evaluation before training and development. Right. So performance evaluation, although it is secondary function, many organizations are doing it. Many organizations, both government, public, private sector organizations are doing it. But we capacity to say that. Very capacity to say that. देखो, many organizations are doing performance evaluation just to achieve very small purpose of performance evaluation. Any government organization, government sponsored organizations are doing performance evaluation just to decide whether salary increment is given. Understand? If it is real, private sector organizations use also use that performance evaluation to decide whether salary increment is given. If it is given, so what is the size of that increment? But there are many purposes. There are many purposes. Right? The organization can achieve many purposes. We will discuss this thing. So there are several learning outcomes of today's session. First of all, you should understand the meaning of performance evaluation. What do you mean by performance evaluation? How do you describe the term? So you have to have at least one definition of performance evaluation. Before discussing your performance evaluation, you should understand the meaning of performance. You should understand the meaning of evaluation, then performance evaluation. The importance of performance evaluation. You can understand the significance of importance of performance evaluation. You can understand the difference of various purposes of performance evaluation. There are many purposes of performance evaluation. Broadly speaking, there are many types of performance evaluation. So one is management purposes, the other one is information purposes. Management purpose again can be broken down to review, discuss, no worries. So you have to understand the purpose of performance evaluation. Once you understand the purpose, you can understand the importance of performance, how to inform it, how significant it is. Right. Then we are going to know the overview of the process of performance evaluation. Performance evaluation is a process. There are several steps. We are going to discuss 10-step model of performance evaluation. There are 10 steps in the model that we are going to discuss. You may not have hands-on experience on performance evaluation, but you can follow the model that I am going to share with you today. I'm sure that you can do a good job. So these steps are very easy to follow. Okay, so we will discuss. This is the essence of our discussion today. So if you know the process of performance evaluation, you know everything. So we have improved everything in the process. Right. So differentiate objective criteria and subjective criteria. So in order to evaluate level of performance, we have to have criteria. Without criteria, you will not be able to do performance evaluation objectively. So what is the criteria? Criteria factors on which evaluations are made. How do you evaluate performance of a particular person? Can you evaluate the level of performance just looking at the face? No, like how to do it so systematically. So that you have to have criteria. Criteria factors on which evaluations are made. For example, in case of sales representative, one of the criteria is number of units sold. Based on the number of units sold, you can see the level of performance. Understand? Second, so the knowledge of selling. What is the knowledge of selling? Right. So depending on that, you can say something about the level of performance. Understand? Right. So ability to create new customers. Sales representatives are supposed to create new customers. The number of new customers created. So one of the criteria. Understand? So based on that, you can say something about level of performance. When the performance is excellent, you average pure equal. Right? Sales representatives are supposed to submit the reports on customer attitudes. Right? So number of complete reports submitted is one of the criteria. Openness, honesty, trustworthiness, initiative, all these are criteria. Understand? Based on the nature of the job, we have to select criteria. all the criteria can be divided into two groups. So objective criteria and subjective criteria. Objective criteria that can be quantified. So subjective criteria that cannot be quantified. So if it is quantified, you can measure it easily. You can verify it easily. For example, number of units plus. So you can quantify the number of, you can count how many is sold, so that you can verify. The evaluation of one can be verified by the evaluation of 100. Whoever will get the same number. Understand? But there are some other criteria you can't quantify. Can you quantify in job knowledge? Knowledge in setting? Can you quantify? It's difficult. Understand? But it is very important. Those who have got good knowledge on the job, so will be able to perform well. Don't you think? Right? But job knowledge is a constraint objective, it is subjective. Cooperations are important. We are supposed to be cooperating together. But how do you mix a cooperation? Can you quantify it? Can you quantify it? Can you measure accuracy? Yeah, they have ways that we can quantify, but it's not so accurate, that accurate when compared with objective criteria. So we will discuss objective criteria and subjective criteria. You should be able to difference. You have to have both. Then understand be standard, performance very stand. So if you want to say something about level of performance, you have to have performance standard. Without the standard, you can't say anything about the level of the performance. For example, whether the performance is outstanding, excellent, good, average, you are very good, you can't say anything. For example, you use number of units sold as one of the criteria. Number of units sold. One particular sales representative has sold 108 units per month. Okay. So what can you say? You can't give a performance. The performance excellent, good, average, poor, very poor. Can you say anything? You can't say anything. Only you can say that he has sold 180 units. But you can't exactly say the performance excellent, good, average, poor, very good, because there's no standard. So you have to set the standard for each and every criteria. For the criteria number of units sold, you can take a standard like this. So if one has sold, let's say that more than 100 units per month, we call outstanding, excellent. 81 to 100, we call it good. 61 to 80, we call it average. So 41 to 60, we call it poor. Less than 40, we call it very poor. So that's understanding. Right? When compared with that standard, 180 units is over 100, more than 100. But that means performance is excellent. Now you can say. Right, so that you have to have standard in order to say the level of performance. Okay, so without standard, you can't say anything. Okay, so we will discuss about performance evaluation standard. Then describe some commonly used method of performance evaluation. There are many methods of performance evaluation. There are some popular method, widely used method, all method. So we are going to discuss some of the widely methods of performance evaluation. Okay. Right. Finally, we are going to discuss some of the problems associated with the evaluator. So yesterday we learned about the problems associated with the interviewer. Right. So interviewer made mistake. You will not be able to select the most appropriate applicant. Understand? So likewise, so when it comes to performance evaluation will make some mistake. The problems associated with the evaluator, not the evaluator, the employee. Right? So due to that, you may not so make a successful evaluation. So there are some biases, problems, errors we will discuss so that you can take some actions to mitigate this problem. Okay, that clear. So these are the learning outcomes. This is relatively quick session. It takes maybe 2 days to cover, but we have to do it today itself, right? So the time will Sunday. I will discuss everything, but we have to speak that. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, we'll start our discussion. So first thing we want to know is the meaning of performance evaluation. What is performance evaluation? Before that, we have to understand about the meaning of performance. Then what you can evaluate. What do you mean by performance? Performance is a buzzword. So it is spoken everywhere. Performance is not good, performance is not satisfactory, performance is to be increased. But so, so, what is performance? What is usually mean by performance? So we are talking about employee performance. Performance everywhere. So we can talk about the academic performance. Right. Whatever the countries, what is like performance? Performance. In any yes, performance. It is easy. But if you got this answer, I expected contribution. Expected contribution. Yes, contribution is a contribution. I did outcome. Right. So we can define the term, so performance. Performance is the extent or performance the degree to which employees are doing their job. To what extent they are doing their job. To what degree they are doing their job, that is performance. What is your performance? What is the extent to which you are doing your job? That is your performance. When you come to academic performance, what is the extent to which you are doing your studies? That is your academic performance. So that is the extent or the degree to which employees are in their job. That is performance. What is event based? What is event based? Event based. So we do event based in many occasions, not only performance based. What do you do? If you are supposed to evaluate what you are going to do, there are many occasions where you are supposed to make some event based. What do you do in evaluation? In evaluation, what we do is we collect evidence. We collect evidence and prove that evidence against some standard or norms. Right? To see the goodness of the entity being considered. That means collecting evidence and using that evidence against some standard or norms. In order to check the goodness of the entity being considered. That is evaluation. Combine these two. So what do you mean by performance evaluation? Performance evaluation? Yes, performance evaluation is all about measuring how well employees are doing their job. It is all about measuring how well employees are doing their job. To what extent they are doing their job. To what degree employees are doing their job. Understand? So it is a personal activity. It is a not personal activity, but personnel activity, human resource management activity by means of which the organization measures how well employees are doing their job. This is how we are going to define the term. Performance evaluation is the personal activity by means of which the enterprise determines the extent to which employee is performing the job. Obviously, how we define this. So it is all about measuring how well employees are doing their job. But broadly speaking, there's not any to measuring. It's all about identifying performance. Then first of all, we have identifying performance, then measure performance, influencing performance, and developing performance. Right? So there are four aspects. Broadly speaking, it is all about identifying performance, measuring performance, so influencing performance, and developing performance of the employees. Right? So systematic process of identifying, measuring, influencing, developing the performance of the employees in the organization in relation to some standard or norms. So we measure it not. If you want to measure performance, there should have some standard or norms. Right? We do it again there. Right? So for a particular period of time, performance are measured for a particular period of time. So performance are measured for a past period of time, not for the future. That will be for future. Performance evaluation for the past. So performance evaluation is for a particular period of time. Maybe 1 year, maybe so 6 month period, maybe quarterly, maybe monthly, maybe bi-weekly, weekly, daily. So sometimes even hourly, you can consider the performance. Right. So that anyhow performance is measured for a particular period of time in the past. Right. likely various purposes. There are many purposes. Understood? Right, it's all about identifying performance, measuring performance, influencing performance, and developing performance of employee. Right, against some standard norms for a particular period of time in order to achieve various purposes. Right, there are various purposes of performance evaluation. There are various, all the purposes can be divided into two categories: management purposes and information purpose. Broadly speaking, there are two purposes: management purposes and information purpose. Management purpose can be again divided into one is administrative purpose, the other one is development. So that there are three purposes of performance evaluation: administrative purpose, development purpose, and information purpose. So you can understand the importance of performance evaluation if you can understand these purposes. There are many purposes. Okay, tell me one administrative purpose of performance evaluation. Organization can use performance evaluation for administrative purposes of employees. Tell me one. Which one? What are the administrative purposes of performance evaluation? Yes. There are many administrative purposes of performance evaluation. What are they? Huh? Attendance. Attendance is one of the criteria you can use to measure performance. Attendance. So whether employees are keeping regular attendance. If they keep regular attendance, so they can be considered as a good employee. Performance are good. If they do not keep regular attendance, badly affect the productivity and performance. So we can say that performance is not that good. Attendance is one of the criteria. Those who keep so regular attendance are considered as good employees. Their performance are good. So what my question is, the administrative purpose of performance evaluation. For administrative purpose, you can use performance evaluation. What are the administrative purpose? That's one of the purpose. One of the purpose is to do pay management. Pay management, so you have to decide whether salary increments are given or not, whether incentives are given or not, bonus is given or not. Right, so you have the base. What is the base that you use to decide whether salary increments are given or not? Right, incentives are given or not. If it is given, what is the size of the salary increment? What size is the incentive? What size is the bonus? Right? So what is the measurement? So you can use performance evaluation. You also use performance side, so you need given the salary incentive bonus. Understand? So that is one of the administrative purpose. Right? Pay management, resource management. Okay, right now there are some others. Yes, tell me. What are the others? Administrative purpose of performance evaluation. Some more. What purpose? How about giving promotions? What is the basis? Yes, some organizations use so performance as the basis of giving the promotion. Understand? So those who perform well will be given promotions. For example, performance of the current job based on the criteria to be considered when giving promotion. Understand? There are many ways of some other organizations say the promotion based on seniority. Seniors are common. There is a that way, seniors are more experienced or they're good. But better if you can, so you perform at the basic, right? Rather than just in the senior. And so that you can motivate employees, which can employees, right? So that use performance as the basis for giving promotions or both. Right? Then how about transfers? In order to take decent about transfers, you can use performance evaluation. Sometimes particular employee will not be able to do their current job well, but he may be able to do another job better. So they might be transfers. Understand? So based on the level of performance, you can take decent about transfers, right? Even for demotions. Right, what else? What are the other administrative purposes of performance evaluation? There are some more. How about succession planning? We discussed about succession planning. Not take decent without succession planning, you can use performance evaluation. What do you mean by succession planning? Succession planning? Succession planning is all about deciding or determining who will replace who. depends on the vacancy of it. And if generally is going to retire next year, right, who is the next best person to be appointed as the committee? Right, so that you are going to take a 10-year decision today not to promote anybody, but you are going to take a 10-year decision. In the event, then the manager is special to the next best person. You decide that you try to do it. Don't do it. So, performance evaluation is important. Not select the success. Understand? Right, what else? There are some more. How about performing selection function? We discussed selection. We concluded yesterday. In order to perform selection function properly, professionally, efficient, effective, and successfully, so performance evaluation is important. Then this performance evaluation before information is the main selection and success. So how do you make it? Huh? Yes. Correct. Huh? I guess in order to validate selection method. How do you validate selection method? How do you know that the selection method you are going to use is valid? Whether selection method you have selected can select the most appropriate applicant to applicant. How do you make sure? So first of all, you have to validate. So in order to validate, you can use performance review. You can check the performance of past employees who have been selected by using that particular selection method. Right? If you are going to use particular employees and test this year, so check the performance of employees who have been selected by using same test last year or in the past. Are they performing better? They are performing better, then so that method is good. Employee test is good. If they are not performing well, so you will use that. Understand? Right. So that in order to perform selection function, you can use performance evaluation information. Understand? Right. Then we did not discuss the hiring function. In order to perform hiring function too, so performance evaluations are very important. So you know that when employees are hired on permanent basis, they are not going to be real permanent. So until particular period of time, they are kept during a particular period of time until observation. That particular period of time is considered as probation period. During probation period, we have to show that they are excellent effective employees. Then only they are made real permanent, the from the probation. So at the end of probation period, so you have to take a decision. So how do you take that decision? There are three types of decisions you are going to take. What are they? So totally based on performance. Totally based. If the performance are good or above average or satisfactory, you can enter probation period and you can make the employee real permanent. Right? Sometimes performance will be bad, but not very bad. Bad, but not very bad. So that you can extend the probation period for another period of time. Right? So sometimes performance will be very bad. Very bad. So that you can enter probation period, then you can file an employer. And so those are the reasons that you have take at the end of the probation period. We not take reasons, so performance evaluation from us very, very important. Understand? Right. So that in order to perform hiring functions, performance skills are very important. What else? Some. How about discipline management, discipline administration? We have not discussed about discipline administration. Discipline is all about controlling the work and behavior of the employee. In order to take decisions about the severity of the punishment, so when the employee is violating important rule, you have to take a discipline action. You have to punish. But however, all the discipline we discussed it. So although employees are violating the same rule, you are not going to give the same punishment. It's not fair. So you have to consider some of the factors when deciding severe. Everyone should be punished, right? But severity of the punishment should differ based on some of the factors. One of the factors is performing. Those who are performing excellently will not be given a severe punishment for minor offenses. And for minor, not serious offense. Whether performance are excellent or not, we have to give the maximum punishment. It's a violation is serious. For example, theft, murder. Murder කළ කියනවා තනියම නෙමෙයි. පළමුවතාවට දුන්න දෙයකදී දෙන්නට සිදුවනවා කියන්නේ. Understand? Very serious. Right? So they're doing the magic. But in case of minor offenses, so one of the factors we consider is the level of performance. Understand? Right. So that there are many purposes of so many administrative purposes of performance reviews. Right? So human power plan, load management, management promotion, and this transfer, disciplinary selection, hiring, management, labor management, relations too. Right? So some the relations between the labor and management depends on many factors. So if we have a very good so performance evaluation, so you can justify the decisions that you have taken to the labor. Labor, gives me question, why you give salary to that people? Why you do a most that? Why you the other? And so people justify it. And so that you can use performance evaluation. And so this performance action brings out that together. So that we deserve it. That's why we do it. Understand? So that make all the relations. They can manage it. Okay. Then there are several development purposes, not only administrative purpose, there are several development purposes. One of the development purposes is we can use performance evaluation in order to uncover training needs of employees. By performing performance evaluation, you can identify performance gap. Performance gap may be due to skill deficiency. So if the problem is skill deficiency, so training is resolution. So that in order to uncover training needs, you can just performance evaluation. And again, to measure the level of the success of training program. So at the end of the day, you have to measure the level of success of training program. Manager will not allocate money for training and development if you do not justify the money spent on. Understand? You have to justify the money spent on training. So in order to do it, you have to measure the level of the success of training program. That is the last step of the training cycle. That is last step. So you better to say in Sri Lanka, these programs, many telecoms ended without measuring the level of success. That is the guide. So anyhow, we can use the level of performance in order to measure the level of the success training program. How? We will discuss when we discussing so training and development. For the time being, tell me how we can use performance evaluation to measure the level of the success of training. How? Huh? How can you measure it? Now you have so design and implement a particular training program. You want to know whether the program is success or failure. Training program. So how do you measure the level of success?
There's some feedback.
Huh?
Feedback.
Feedback from? Yes, that is so. There are four levels of measuring the success. One means the reaction level. So that is what we say, reaction level, reaction of control. So the training, you can do feedback on the gate. So whether they like or not, whether they love or not, that is reaction. But do not depends on your depth level. Sometimes they may say that the training program is not good, we don't like it because refreshment were not given. Okay. Understand? So we can't, we can go over that. Right? But if we go to the next level, so learning level, we have understood that although they do not like program, they have learned what they are supposed to learn. They have learned what they are supposed to learn. This is a failure. There are two more levels. The first level is research level. So whether we have the research, right? So then what we can do is we can compare the level of performance after the program with the level of performance before the program. If we have measured level of performance before starting the program, we can use that information, level of performance, to compare the level of performance after the program. What is the performance before the program? What is the performance after the program? The performance after the training program has increased or improved, I say that the program is a success. Understand? So there are several ways. Right? So we will discuss these things when you are going to discuss training and development. So third one is proper direction. So it is the duty of the employee to give a proper direction to the employees. They want to have a career progression, career success, so that you have to then know the best career path so it suit them. What is the best career path for a particular employee? Right? You not direct them, so better to understand their performance. Understand? Okay, so finally better productivity. If you do performance evaluation professionally, develop the mutuality between superior and the subordinate. That mutually will increase level of performance. Understand? Right. So these are the development process of performance evaluation. And there are some informative processes of performance evaluation. I have not given a note on that. Is there? No. Information purposes? Okay, you can take down. There are several informational purposes of performance evaluation. Informational purposes of performance evaluation. The first one. Through performance evaluation, through performance evaluation, through performance evaluation, employees can understand, employees can understand, employees can understand what the organization, what the organization expect from them, what the organization expect from them. Second one, through performance evaluation, through performance evaluation, employees can understand, employees can understand what they can expect from the organization, what they can expect from the organization, what they can expect from the organization. Third one, the performance evaluation. Employees can understand that. Employees can understand that their performance are appreciated. They can understand that their performance are recognized. They can understand that their performance are rewarded. Their performance are rewarded. They can understand. They can understand what they are supposed to do. They're supposed to do. Not have a career progression. In order to have a career progression. Okay, is that clear? Right, so those are information purposes of performance evaluation. So there are some more. Then we are going to discuss the essence of our discussion. And so these are the contributions. Performance evaluation will contribute to human power planning, selection, hiring, training, promotion, remote management, transfer, discipline. So this is what we discussed. Right. Next, we will discuss the process of performance evaluation. Process of performance. Performance evaluation is a process. There are several steps to be followed. So we are going to discuss 10-step model of performance evaluation. So although you do not have hands-on experience on performance evaluation, if you can follow the steps in the order given, you can do a good job. Okay. So the first step is to establish objectives performance evaluation. Then formulate policies of performance evaluation. Establish criteria and standard of performance evaluation. Select method of performance evaluation. Design evaluation form and procedures. Train evaluators. Then appraisal. Is the time that appraisal is done. Discuss performance evaluation results. Many organizations are not doing after appraisal. They are doing nothing. But you have to discuss performance evaluation results, make decisions and restore final review. So this is the model that you have to follow. You want to do it properly. Understand? Right, we will discuss these steps one by one quickly. The first one is to establish objectives of performance evaluation. So you have to have an objectives of performance evaluation if you are going to performance evaluation. Because it incurs a cost, so that without an objectives do not do performance evaluation. Do not do it because other organs are doing it. Do not do performance evaluation because your organ has allocated some funds to do it. Do not do performance evaluation because you have been doing in the past. Do not do performance evaluation as a passion. Understand? There should have reason. What is the objectives that you are going to achieve by doing performance evaluation this year? Understand? So you have to have a reason. Like what is the objective? Objectives are desired targets to be achieved. What is the desired target? Okay, so how do you find objectives? So that the objective should be yours, not someone else. You can't copy the objectives the others. Useless. Right? It should be your own objective. What are you going to achieve by doing the performance evaluation you employed this year in your organization? You have to know the objective. Objective should be clear, should be understandable, should be achievable. It's better if you can meet all the smart characteristics of objectives. What do you mean by smart characteristics of objectives? It is better if you can ensure the smart characteristics. What do you mean by smart characteristics? What does the letter S stand for? Specific. Yes, so your objective should be specific. It should not be vague. Should be clear. Specific. M it should be measurable. Right? So you can't manage if you cannot measure anything. Right? You can't manage anything if you can't measure. So measurable. A4 achievable. Should be achievable. So then R4, yes, realistic. So realistic for the most suitable term is relevant. Should be relevant. You have to job, your duties, etc. T4 and so better if you can meet all these smart principles when you are going to make an object, not only here, not only for future, whenever you are going to objectives, so make sure that you are going to meet all these smart characteristics. Sometimes you will not be able to meet all these smart characteristics, but the more the better, the more the better. Right, if you go through the purpose of performance evaluation, very easily you can establish objectives. So go through the purpose of performance evaluation. There are many purposes. If you go through these purposes, you can establish it easily. So objectives of performance evaluation for you. For example, in my organization, this year, so in my organization, the very objective of performance evaluation is to have a rational base for giving promotion. That is my objective. Understand? Right? Check whether it is relevant to you or not. If it is relevant, you can make it your own objective. Right? So another one say that in my organization, so one of the objective is to have a rational base for child increment. Right? In my organization, we do performance evaluation in order to uncover any needs of employee. Understand? So you have to select your own objective, make it your own. Right? So you can think of establishing objectives if you can refer to the purpose of performance evaluation. Right? Making your own. So you need not to so list down many objectives. Sometimes maybe only one objective too, but it should be your own genuine objective. Understand? Right. So that first establish objectives. Objectives are favorable targets to be achieved. Right. So ascertain current level of job performance, to ascertain strength and weakness of employees, to identify training needs of each employee, etc. Okay. So the first thing is to have an objective. Without an objectives, do not do performance evaluation. This is a must. Understand? Right. Then the second one is to formulate policies of performance evaluation. You have to have policies. So if the organization has some policies of performance evaluation, you have to follow them. But if the performance evaluation is done for the first time, the first thing you have to do is to have policies. What do you mean by a policy? What do you mean by a policy? Not police, but policy. Huh? Yes, rules and regulations. Right? Policies are principles. Principles are for thinking and action. It's a guidance. Principles give some guidance for thinking and action. Right? If you want to perform your relation, you have to have some guidance. Right? Principle. Rules and regulations. How do you perform your relation? You have to have this guidance in order to ensure consistency of your relation. Right? There should be a consistency of your relation. Whoever will get, you should do it in the same way. Otherwise, it's not comparable. Results are not comparable. Results are not comparable. You can't use that information. Right? So that whether to establish some guideline, right? We call it policies. So especially these things are needed because whenever you are going to do a performance evaluation, you have to answer for issues. You may come across some issues, especially for issues with regard to performance evaluation. Understand? So if your boss asks you to do a performance evaluation program where you are working, you are going to face 4 issues. Understand? So you have to come up with solutions to these issues by formulating policies. You are going to formulate policies to address these 4 issues. Understand? Right. So first issue is whose performance are evaluated? Whose performance are evaluated? Don't you want to know? There are many categories of employees. There are managerial employees, non-managerial employees, professional employees, technical employees, factory employees, office employees, and permanent employees, temporary employees, casual employees. There are many categories. Whose performance are evaluated? This is the question. If your boss asks you to do a performance evaluation, first you should decide, you should ask whose performance should be evaluated. That is the policy decision. When we take the policy decision, we will discuss that. That is one of the issues. Then when performance evaluation should be done? When? Is it on a particular date or during a particular time? Is it on the first of April or 31st of December or during the first week of August? Understand? So you have to take a decision. That is a policy decision you have to take. That is one of the issues you may face. Another issue you face is how often performance evaluation will be done. How often, what is the time interval? Is it annual, semi-annual, quarterly, monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, daily? So that's the issue. So you have to take a decision. And this year you take a decision to do it annual. Next year, if you change it to do it bi-annual, it ain't consistent. There's no consistency. Whoever is, follow the same. So that we have to have guidance. So the last one is who should do performance evaluation? Who should do? So is it you? Is that HR manager? Is that the immediate boss? Understand? Right. So you have to have decision. Right. So these are the 4 issues you are going to come across when you are going to do a performance evaluation. Right. So that you have to address these 4 issues by means of formulating policy. So if the organization has a policy, what you do is to follow it. Understand? So that policy. So we'll let you know. So what you're supposed to do. Understand? If you are going to do proposal for the first time, please establish a policy. Right. Take the first one. Whose performance should be evaluated? Also, there are many options. Right? It is up to you. You can take your own decision. There are many labels regarding the level of performance evaluation to organize. Right? You can take the decision of your own. Right. So decide it. Right. Come up with the policy decision. Whose performance should be evaluated? For example, in our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of all the permanent employees only. Only permanent employees, not casual employees, not contract employees, not temporary employees. That is our policy. Understand? In our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of all the employees, so including casual employees, temporary employees too. In our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of managerial employees only. That is another policy decision. In our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of non-managerial employees only. So in our organization, we evaluate the performance of factory employees only. So likewise, so it is up to you to decide. Permanent employees only, permanent and temporary employees only, all employees including casual employees, managerial employees only, non-managerial employees only, a selected group of. Understand? So select. So define. That is up to you. You can decide taking your case. Right. So anyhow, it is not good. Although you can do it, or it is not good to evaluate the level of performance of non-managerial employees only. Why is that? It's not that good. We cannot recommend it, but we can, as often we can do it. It is not good to evaluate non-managerial performance only. Why is that? They may perceive it differently. There is some perceptual level. They may think that our performance are evaluated, or manager performance are not evaluated, but others performance are evaluated. Right? It is not specified. Understand? The organization is going to control our performance. There is a perception. Right? So that it is not good to select only non-managerial employees for performance evaluation. So you can do it both managerial employees and others. Right. So this is the answer that you have to take. You have to decide it. Then when should be done? When should performance evaluation be done? So what is the date or do you know? So in order to address this issue, there are three options, three approaches. One is fixed time approach or fixed day approach. You can evaluate the level of performance on the fixed day or during a particular period of time. For example, in our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of everybody on the post-pay care. So that everybody's performance are evaluated, everybody's performance is evaluated from that particular day. So in our organization, we evaluate the performance of everybody on the 31st of December. In our organization, we evaluate the level of performance of everybody during the first week of August. So that everybody's performance are evaluated. So during the first week of August. This is called the fixed day approach, fixed time approach. So this is a good approach. You can decide whether this is good for you or not. There are several advantages of fixed day approach. If you use this approach, there are several benefits. What are benefits? What are benefits you can get if you use fixed day approach? If everybody's performance is evaluated on a particular day or a particular time, what is that? Advantage. And again, needs to compare. So the best advantage is that so results are or evaluations are comparable. Right? You can compare results of one employee with the performance of another one because everybody's performance has been evaluated on that particular day or during that particular time. Okay, so easy to administer, easy to compare, right? So it's to understand so that everybody can get free. So the individuals can get free from the other evaluation. Performance angle from the first customer. So HPL, everybody get free for your free, but free from the other networks. Right, but there is an internal problem with regard to fixed day approach. What is the biggest barrier or bottleneck or demerit? If you use fixed day approach, and you first experience maybe. Yes. 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 Right. However, that is what they deserve. So that based on their date of recruitment, anniversary. But we are going to discuss about the next method. It's called anniversary. It's called arbitrary. So we can solve that problem. The biggest thing is that what will happen to the accuracy of evaluation if there are many evaluations to be made by the evaluator. The evaluator has to do evaluation of lot of employees or more to review. There are a lot of things. Do you think that so they will be happy to evaluate the evaluation of everybody? No, by evening he may fed up with evaluation. Right? What they want to do is so just to do the evaluation. Do not seriously consider about the accuracy of the evaluation. They may find the problem of finishing it quickly. Find the problem of finishing it quickly. Understand? So that evaluation will not be that accurate. And there are many. Understand? So that is a serious problem. Okay. Then we can go to the next approach called arbitrate approach. So you're not going to get the more from the fixed time approach or fixed day approach. Advantages are there. You can go through this, right? And disadvantages require the evaluator to spend a lot of time filling forms, conducting feedback interviews, might lead the evaluator want to finish it quickly. Arbitrate approach. Arbitrate approach advocates that evaluation is made not it is made on different dates for different employees, not on the same day. So normally their anniversary date is considered for the evaluation. What is the anniversary date? Anniversary date of employees. Anniversary date is the date of hiring. Date of hiring. Right? So evaluation is made on the date of hiring. For example, if one has been hired on the 15th of February, his evaluation is made on that particular day, 15th of February. If another one has been hired on the 1st of April, his evaluation is on that particular day. Another one has been hired on the 15th of August, his evaluation is on that particular. Okay, so that different dates for different employees. Different dates for different, not on the same day. Understand? Right. So this is one of that. So that throughout the year, evaluations are made. Because in a country like ours, we are following the Western model of human resource management, so that we are used to hire people at any time we need. Right? So, but countries like Japan, they hire permanent employees only on the 1st of April every year. They don't hire people throughout the year, like ours. So whenever they want to hire people, they hire people like the batch. Take the University of School. So April 1st is a ceremonious day for Japanese people. Everywhere, that day is celebrated. So school start on the 1st of April. University start on the 1st of April. Company, so start on the 1st of April. So new batch is taken on that 1st day. Right, so they do not hire people throughout the year like previous. I mean permanent employees. So mid-career employees are there. Temporary employees are so high probability, right? So otherwise of means full-time employees, we can do, but not permanent employees. Right? So that we have to their anticipate is same, but our anticipates are different. Right? So hire people different days, naturally, right? Right. So that so evaluations are made on their anticipate. But yes, in a way, this is a good method. There are some advantages of using arbitrary data for anticipate. So, what are the advantages? What is the biggest advantage of this? Yes. What is the advantage of this? Yes, evaluator has enough time to do the evaluation. Accuracy is very high. Accuracy is high because evaluator does not find a problem of finishing it quickly. Because there are very few evaluations per day. Sometimes, some days, no evaluation. Some days, only one evaluation, not many. So that he has enough time, he can focus on well after the cycles of the evaluation. What is the limit of this method? Demerits. Can we compare evaluations? If one evaluation has been made on 15th of February, another one is 30th of August. Can we compare? Many things happen during that particular time. Understand? So that results are not comparable. You can't compare. That you can't do the same. Okay, so the third approach is job cycle approach. What do you mean by job cycle? What do you mean by job cycle, not push cycle? Yes. Job cycle approach. So, job cycle is the required time. Job cycle is the required time to complete all the duties of the job for once. රැකියාව කියන සියලුම කාර්ය එක්වරක් ප්‍රතික්‍රියා කරන කාර්යකම රැකියා චක්‍රය කියන්නේ. So how long does it take to complete all the duties of the particular job for one? Right, it depends. Some jobs have smaller job cycles, some jobs have longer job cycles, some jobs may not have clear job cycle. The job cycle of the lecturer is nearly 6 months, one semester. In a semester, we do everything. So we deliver lectures, we check papers, we mark assignment, I do other things. Takes maybe 6 months to complete everything. So next semester we start completing. Understand? So we complete all the tasks, duties of our job So, functions. So, your cycle of around the counter. When they will be started, around the counter. Let's go start. Let's go again. Indeed, that was not. It's all the day. Like some jobs, they have only job cycle maybe only 2 minutes or 1 minute. Think about headlight install of a automobile company. Headlight install. What is the job? Take the headlight, insert into the receptacle, fix it. That's all. Why the vehicle is moving on the bed? He has no time to think. Take it, insert it, fix it. Take it takes only 30 seconds. To insert it to the receptacle takes only 30 seconds. And fix it, it takes only 60 minutes or minutes. Sorry, 60 seconds. So altogether, 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, it job is finished. Then another. Understand why vehicle is moving? So the job cycle is 2 minutes. Understand? Right. So that the job cycle is very efficient time. So you can use job cycle approach to evaluate the level of performance. University lecturers use job cycle approach. So upon the completion of our semester, we take a feedback from students. We take a feedback from our peers to know how well we are doing our job. Understand? So this is also the method you can think. Right. So you can select, you can decide the approach you want. Right. Then how often performance should be done? What is the time interval? How often? There are many options you can select. You can do it annually. You can do it semi-annually. You can do it quarterly, monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, even daily. You can do it. However, there are some pros and cons of each of these options. So what we can do is we can recommend you to do performance evaluation at least once a year. That is our recommendation. So you have to do performance evaluation at least once a year. But if you can do it twice a year, that's better. But however, if you are going to do it more often, there are some disadvantages to because you have to so convert your productive time for your day. If you want to do performance from there, you get that time available for production. Understand? So you will not sacrifice the time of the production, suppose you do it more. For example, daily, weekday you can do it. But for example, your productivity. Today, productive time to reset your performance. Right. So that we can recommend her to do performance evaluation at least once a year, but if you can do it twice a year, better than that. Right. Then fourth one, who should do performance evaluation? Who should do it? Who is the one? Right. There are several options. So you can select immediate boss. You can use immediate boss, immediate superior, evaluate performance. So immediate superior is a good choice because it is immediate boss who knows best about the level of performance of their subordinate. Immediate boss is immediate boss who knows best, not the HR manager or the other manager, because understand the level of performance of their subordinate. But there is a danger of using only the immediate boss. For your way. Right there. What happens? Immediate boss will give high evaluation for employees who are on good terms with him. Understand? So that is the main thing. So immediate boss will evaluate so very high for the employees who are in good relationship, who are in good relationship. For the others, minimum. So that there is a danger. Right? So that what we can do is we can get the immediate boss and his boss for the evaluation. Right? Then it problem can be solved to a certain extent. Right? Immediate superior plus immediate superior. So the evaluation of immediate boss is subject to the review of his boss. So that so immediate boss takes enough care of your way. Understand? Right? He may not do any harm. Right? Then some other several superiors, you can get several superiors, you can appoint a committee, you can get an outsider. So if you can get an outsider, the biggest advantage that is independent. So you can get an independent leader, but the problem is outsider is not aware of the job. He is not aware of the job, the responsibilities of the job. Right? So there are some pros and cons of each option, right? So, but there are some jobs you can get. Some banks or invite some university academics to do your evaluations. Right, subordinate, you can get the evaluation from subordinate to evaluate the level of performance of their superiors, subordinate evaluation. And customers, clients, right? So self-evaluation, you can now, we use university lecturers, use self-evaluation to evaluate their level of performance. We evaluate our performance ourselves. But it is not good to decide some other things like salary increments or promotions. You can't do that evaluation. Below it will make an impact on the reasons of salary. Nobody. Right, so that we can't take that unit for that purpose. Promotion, we are going to use self-evaluation promotion. Everybody will be very high. Understand? But how about personal development? Training and development? That's a goal. Understand? It is in the employees who want the best about their weaknesses. Understand? So that it depends on the purpose. Depends on the purpose, we can select. So combination, the best method is 360-degree method. 360-degree. So nowadays it is talk about 720-degree. This is called 360-degree method. So you have, so your post evaluation, superior, subordinate, peer evaluation, self evaluation, outside, committee. Understand? You get all the parties, then it will be more accurate. But the problem is, it's very costly, it takes time, difficult. But 360-degree, the best evaluation, the problem is very costly, difficult. But if you can do it, the best. Okay, we will discuss about these things. So this is the last question we want to address. Right? Then so third is to establish criteria and standard performance units. So you have to have criteria. You can't measure the level of performance just looking at the base of the employees. Right, so criteria the factors of evaluation, variables on which evaluation are made. When it comes to establishing criteria, you have to understand that there are three sets of criteria. There are trait criteria, there are behavioral criteria, there are research criteria. What is the trait criteria? Trait refers to particular qualities or characteristics of the employee. There are several characteristics of employees which make an impact on the level of performance. For example, job knowledge. Job knowledge make an impact on the level of performance. You can assume that those who have good knowledge about the will perform better. So cooperation is on the page. So employees are to be cooperative. Cooperative employees are good employee. If employees are cooperative, we can consider that our performance is good. This can initiative. So employees are supposed to be initiative. So employees are supposed to be trustworthy. So honesty. So these are so characteristics of employees. Right? So you have to consider these characteristics when measuring performance. Understand? So trait criteria. Then behavioral criteria. So behavior, way of acting, way of behaving. So there are several behaviors such as punctuality. Punctuality is a behavior criteria. Then attendance is a behavior criteria. Then planning works, organizing works. So these are behavioral criteria. So you can use, so attendance matters performance. So punctuality matters. Understand if employees are planning before working, so it enhances performance. Understand? So finally, trait criteria. Employers are more happy to use this. So the research criteria. Research are the outcomes produced by the employee. Number of units produced, number of units sold, number of so customers created, etc. Okay, this research criteria. So criteria can be divided into two groups as we discussed. One is objective criteria and subjective. All these criteria, whether it is trait, behavior, or result, all these criteria can be broken up into two categories, objective and subjective. Objective criteria can be measured easily. Subjective criteria cannot be measured easily. Objective criteria can be quantified. Subjective criteria cannot be quantified. As objective criteria can be quantified, can be verified. You can verify the evaluation of one year weighted by the evaluation of another one. But subjectively you can't. For example, number of unit produced by a production employee. Number of unit produced by production employee. If you want to measure the performance of production employee, you can use number of unit produced. How many unit produced during a particular period of time, per day, per week, per month, etc. Right, based on that, you can measure. So it is so objective criteria. Number of unit produced is an objective criteria. You can count it, you can quantify it. So evaluation of one evaluator can be verified by the evaluation of another. Who evaluate it will say evaluation. It will not be accurate. But subjective criteria are not that accurate. You can't measure it so easily. For example, cooperation. Can you measure cooperation? How cooperative is it? Not accurate. You can do it, but it's not accurate. It depends on the personal judgment of the evaluator. If two of evaluators evaluate the performance of one particular employee on cooperation, do you think that these two will get the same evaluation? No, definitely they may get good. But if two evaluators are evaluating on the number of unit produced, will they differ? They will get the same evaluation. Understand? Right. So that objective criteria factors of use that are quantifiable, subjective criteria factors of use that are not quantifiable. So objective criteria easy to measure and verify. Objective criteria, subjective criteria difficult to measure and verify. Objective criteria verifiable by others, subjective criteria not verified by others, based on judgment. Can you tell me, can you suggest one objective criteria that can be used to measure the level of performance of units lecturers? Objective criteria. Which can be quantified, can be measured on number of students, or to a certain economic number of students are allocated by the faculty. Right? So they can take as they want. Grades. Number of grades. A number of grades. Yes, number of grades is what? Inside. Like how many A's they got? That's interesting. Okay. What else? What else? Objective criteria that can be used. Yeah, they don't have several number one. Objective criteria for can be measured accurate. It demonstrate the performance of the lecturer. Yes. Number of yes, number of research conducted, number of research conducted, number of papers published. Right in index journals. So they are couple they are that is a part and parcel of their duty. Research and development. They are to create new knowledge by giving research. And number of so sessions covered, number of sessions covered, number of lectures conducted, number of lectures not conducted, understand? Number of students who failed, understand? So these are the objective criteria. Tell me one subjective criteria for this lecture. Subjective criteria. It cannot be measured accurate but important. Although subjective, it is important, right? Huh? Our communication skills. Communication skills. Okay, communication skills. So the art of delivery. How about sensitivity towards students' needs? Sensitivity towards student needs, right? Empathy. Right. So subject knowledge. Subject knowledge. That's the reason. Can you tell me one objective criteria that can be used to measure the level of performance of medical doctor? Sometimes you are to measure the level of performance of medical doctors for the hospital. Huh? Number of patients. Or how that means consulted. Number of patients consulted. Or number of patients cured. Number of patients treated. Number of patients died after treatment. Easily you can count. So of course it can be daily. So in that case, higher the rate or lower the rate. Lower the rate. If it is 0 days, 0 days. Understand? So you can take it. Right. So can you tell me one of subjective criteria that can be used to the level of performance of data? Subjective criteria. Yes. That is what they are writing. Objective criteria. Kindness towards patients. Kindness towards patients. Piety towards patients. So these are some. Can you tell me one of the objective criteria that can be used to meet the level of performance stand together? Stand together. Some objective criteria. Objective criteria. Customer handling. Okay, customer handling. Number of customers. Yes, sir. Number of customers. Number of customers. Number of clients. Number of transactions. Amount of the transaction. Right, so 25. Right. Okay, so that you should be able to develop objective criteria and subjective criteria for any given profession or job. Units lecture, number of lectures done, sensitivity students, salesman, number of units sold, number of new customers created, operation interpersonal skills, medical expert, number of patients here, number of service consultant, project engineer, total cost completing, projected number of projects completed. So technical ability and so that whatever the job you should be able to develop objective and subjective. Have better to have both. Do not use only subjective criteria. You have to have objective criteria. Right. Then yes. Then we standard. What is standard? You have to have standard, not only criteria but also standard. What is standard? Performance is standard. Standards are yes, rating scale. Rating scale. Rating scales are very, very important if you want to measure the level of performance of employee. Without a standard, you can't say anything with regard to the level of performance. You can't say. So take our first example. Right. Right. One particular salesman has sold 120 units per month. 120 units per month. So can you say anything with regard to level of performance? Whether performance is excellent, outstanding, good, average, poor, very poor? Can you say? You can't say because there's no standard. So that you have to establish standards. You can decide the standard as you want, as you like, but it should be fair. There are not able of with regard to these standards, right? So you have to decide the standard as you like, as you want. For example, if the number of units sold is more than, so let's say 100, so we call it excellent. Excellent. If it is, let's say 81 to 100, we call it good. If it is 61 to 80, we call it average. If it is 41 to 60, we call it poor. If it is less than 40, we call it very poor. Right now, what can you say? A has sold 120 units. What is the level of performance? Excellent. So B has sold 85 units. What is the performance? Yes. It is good. Right. C has sold only 39. What is the level of performance? Very poor. Right. For that, you can evaluate the performance of all these different tables by using that system. Understand? Right. So take another criteria. Number of new customers created. Sales representatives are supposed to create new customers. The more the better, right? One particular sales representative has created 36 new customers per month. 36 customers per month. What is this level of performance? Is it excellent, good, average, poor, very poor? What can you say? Is it excellent, good, average, poor, very poor? Huh? How do you say? I get. So this is for number of units sold criteria. And for that, the number of new customers getting another criteria. For that, you have to have another stand. Without this standing, you can't do this standing. It's unfair. Understand? So you have to have another criteria. For example, if one sales more than 50, we call it excellent. Understand? For 1 to 50, we call it good. Right? There will be 1 to 4, we call it so average. So now we go to the credit average. Understand? Very good. Right. So likewise for each and every criteria, you have to have a standard. Is that okay? Understood? Right. So you can decide to use standard. So once you decide standard, you have to use it. Right? Do not change it very often. Right? So that you can do the evaluation consistently. Understood? Right. So with that, I conclude discussing so criteria and standard. Right. So there are some examples you can go through this. Right. This is for new customers created the standard. Like more than 40 excellent, 36 to 40 good, 31 to 35 moderate, 26 to 34 very good. So you can establish your own. Okay? Right. Right. Then fourth one is to select method or methods. Right. What is that now? Is that then verified? Okay. So you have to okay. You know
Already there.
මේ බෝඩ් එකට තියෙනවා.
කොහොම බලන්නේ?
මේ බෝඩ් එකට.
ඉතින්
ඒක මතිනේ. මේ බේත් එක උත්තර ඊටක. එන්නේ.
ट्रांसलेट के आगे पता नहीं कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं मारे क्या अभी आ रही है मारा ही ले अंदर निकल करे अरे ओके ताला तक ऊपर के आओ दरबार ये तो आता है हाँ ये पता नहीं हमें आता बोला कुछ है तो ये देख रहे हैं बात करते हैं हाँ तेरी बेकार मारे तीन पता नहीं ये देख देख दरबार हम लोग करते हैं
Angkatan dia yang dan semua itu semua dia kan kita. Apalagi kan benar dia.
berarti mau ikut apa nih kan ada ini
Lalu di sana dia lagi gitu. Lalu dia lagi. Ada dia ni kan dolar. Ya. एक तो क्या कहते हैं एक तो है यार और रात में जाते हैं तो लाख नहीं
Is there anybody who has got a phone charger? Sir? Everybody? Yeah. See. See that one. How about this?
No, that is I go.
Yeah. It's very decorative. I don't think. So, yesterday, I did. There are two. You think? Yes, I don't know. Last night I uploaded two, but it has not been uploaded. Sorry, I didn't see it. This one is training and development. Yesterday I tried to get it work. Uploaded, no? Right, okay. Okay, shall we start? So I have uploaded this lecture notes and the next one. So have you got this? Yeah. Right. So you have to have got it. Okay, shall I start? Right, we were talking about the process of performance evaluation. There are 10 steps to be followed. We discussed the first 3 steps. The fourth one is the most important. So select method of performance evaluation. You have the method or you have method. So there are many methods of performance evaluation. There are some old methods, new methods, sophisticated method, widely used methods. There are many methods of performance evaluation. But we are going to discuss some of the widely used methods of performance evaluation. Okay. Among them, one is graphic rating scale, multiple choice method, rank order method, essay method, MBO method, 360-degree method. So these are the widely used, commonly used methods of performance evaluation. So we may not have discussed all the things, but we will try to discuss some of these things. The first one is graphic rating scale. In Singapore, we call it Guna Parima Abium Krami. Graphic rating scale. So graphic rating scale, one of the oldest methods. One of the oldest methods of performance evaluation. Although it is an oldest method, it is used even now. So we use, so initially use graphic rating scale as part of our evaluation. Okay, many organizations are using, although it is all, many organizations are still using as a part of their because it is a good method. Okay, in graphic rating scale method, evaluator is supposed to give his subjective evaluation. Use subjective evaluation along a scale. Along a scale very poor to very good. Or so very high to very low. Scales are established for different criteria. So almost all the criteria are subjective. For example, so you have been given a partial evaluation form by using this method. Then company performance evaluation form, evaluation period from January 1st to 2021 to 31st 12 2021. Name of the employees P. Pereira. His job is machine operator. He's working for the Department of Operations. So there are 10 criteria. So evaluator is supposed to evaluate or give his subject to evaluation on the scale from excellent to very poor for all these criteria. But however, so he is supposed to give his subject to evaluation. For example, job knowledge. Job knowledge, there are 3 types of job knowledge. One is theoretical job knowledge. So Mr. Pereira has been evaluated by a particular evaluator. What is his job knowledge theoretical? What is the evaluation given? Is that excellent, good, satisfactory, poor, very poor? Satisfactory. Is so job knowledge, theoretical, so very difficult to define, determine, so quantify. So that evaluator has given his subjective evaluation as satisfactory. So if you want, you can introduce some marks or numerical values for each of these scale. For example, if the performance excellent, you can give 5 marks. Or as you feel good. So excellent. If it is good, 4, satisfactory 3, poor 2, very poor 1. So that evaluator can understand. So the weight of this scale. Understand? So you can if you want, you can cover this. So you will not give this weight for the evaluation. You can do it by yourself. So you ask the evaluator to evaluate, but you are not giving this weighing system. Okay, right. So you can do it whatever you like. Then the second one, job knowledge practical. So what is his evaluation? What is the evaluation given? Is it excellent, good, satisfactory, poor, very poor? Job knowledge practical? It has been good. If it is good, how many marks should be given? 4 marks. Right. Initiative. What is the evaluation? Good. How many marks? 4. Creativity? Satisfactory. How many marks? 3. Loyalty? Excellent. How many marks? Yes, 5. Commitment? Excellent. How many? 5. Attendance? Good. How many? 4. Discipline? Excellent. 5 marks. Respect? Excellent. 5. Trust? Excellent. Now you can quantify. So you can have all these marks there. How many? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 fives. So 25. How many groups? 3. That means 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 25. So how much? Huh? 37 plus satisfactory 2, no? 6. So 43. 43. Total mass is 43. So that is the index that we can use to compare this particular employee with the others. You want, we can get the average. There are 3 criteria to divide. There are 10 criteria. You can divide by 3. You can get average. 4.3. 4.3 can be used as an index. All the ODs are subjective criteria you have quantified. May not be 100% accurate, but something better than 100. Right? So that we have quantified it to a certain extent. So you can use average scores as an index to compare with the others. Right? Suppose that, so another one, let's say that Mr. Nimal has earned 4.1. Who is better? Is that Pereira or Nimal? Okay, that's better because it's average 4.3. So that's more than, so 4.1. That's 6. So you can use to compare employees. Right? They have quantified. Understand? Right. So this is a very good method, very simple. Anybody can understand. Right? So it is not that complex to evaluate. Okay. But there is one barrier, bottleneck, demerit of this method. What the demerit? You find. If you go through these criteria, what can you say? Go through all these criteria, what can you say? Yes, almost all these criteria are subjective criteria, right? It is not that good to use only subjective criteria. Understand? So you have objective criteria. Right. So this is still you. This is a good method, but besides that, demerits. So you can use this method. So better use this along with some other method as there is a demerit. Then multiple choice method. So I'm sure that you are really familiar with multiple choice questions. And this is very similar to that, right? For each and every criteria, you are given some statement. So the evaluator is supposed to select the statement that best applies to the employee. Okay. Statement, some values will be given. For example, one of the criteria to be considered is attendance. Attendance is a criteria. With regard to the attendance, evaluator is given several statements. Right? For each statement, some values will be allocated. For example, one of the statements is a particular employee gives regular attendance. That is one of the statements. Regular attendance. So no, even a single no pay leave. Right? So that some values will be allocated for that statement. Let's say that we are giving 10 marks. That is the highest given for the perfect attendance. So the best behavior. Okay, so that 10 marks. Then another statement. So not more than 1 day, no pay leave. So employees can get no pay leaves, but not more than 1 day. Right? So which is better? Perfect attendance or attendance with 1 day no pay leave? Perfect attendance is better. Right? So that if employees keep attendance in 1 day or 1 day no pay leave, so definitely mark allocated should be lesser than perfect attendance. Understand? So if you give 10 marks for perfect attendance, so with 1 day off, so you can give 8 marks. Understand? So likewise, you can develop several statements. Attendance with not more than 2 days of no pay leave, not more than 3 days, 4 days, and so on. Right? So that you can give some marks. Perfect attendance 10, not more than 1 day of no pay leave during the evaluation 8, not more than 2 days of no pay leave 6, not more than 3 days of no pay leave 4 more days of no pay leave 2. Right? So these are the statements. For each and every criterion, you can develop this statement. So evaluator is subject to select the criterion, so the statement that best applies to the particular employee. For example, one of the employee has taken 2 days of no pay leave. So how do we evaluate? Which is the statement that best applies to that particular employee? First one, second one, third one. One has taken 2 days of no pay leave. Not more than that. Which one? First one, second one, third one. Huh? First one? Third one. Third one is the statement that best applies to the employee. So that how many marks should be given? 6 marks, right? So this is just only for attendance. Likewise for the other criteria, so same. So this type of statements are given. Right? Marks are allocated. So evaluator is supposed to select a statement that best applies to them. Right? So good method. Right? When compared to the others, relatively good method. But there is one demerit of this method. Suppose that there are 100 criteria to be considered. Then altogether, how many statements will be there? If there are 5 or 6 statements per one, how many statements will be there? There will be more than 500. So what happens? Your evaluation form becomes so lengthy. So do you think that evaluators are happy to fill lengthy questionnaires? Lengthy forms? No. That is the biggest problem attached to this method. Understand? So your evaluation form becomes so lengthy. There will be several pages. So normally people are reluctant to deal with this type of lengthy form. You have to make it shorter. But you can make it shorter if you are going to use this method. Understand? Otherwise, it could have been better. Okay, this is for multiple choice method. Right, rank order method. Rank order method. So in this method, you are supposed to rank employees from best to worst. So depending on so this or performance, so with regard to several criteria. For example, in terms of attendance, so suppose that there are 5 employees. Employee A, B, C, D, E. So these are 5 employees. So you have to rank these employees so on different criteria. Okay. So one is, let's say that quality of work. Quality of work. Employee. The first one is quality of work. Quality. In terms of quality, who is the best? Who is the next best? Who is the third, fourth, and last? We have to put them in order, right? So, for example, I believe that in terms of quality, so B is the one first, okay? So then C is the second. So A is the third, fourth, and fifth. This is in terms of quality. Understand? So in terms of quantity. In terms of quantity, who is the best? Not the same order sometimes. Understand? Right. I believe that in terms of quantity, C is the best. B the second, third, so fourth and fifth. This is the order in terms of quantity. Understand? Then attendance. Attendance. In terms of attendance, I believe that so C is the best. B is the near best. So D is the third, fourth, and fifth. Understand? Then in terms of commitment, who is the best? I believe that C is the best. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. So this is the way that I have your way. Right? So likewise, I can put them in order, rank order by clicking one criteria at a time. So finally, I can count all these points total. And based on that total, I can put them in order. Okay, so I'm going to total their point. But however, these are not their numerical values. So these are just labels. And so that we will discuss how they are ranked. They are ranking. Okay, how many marks for A? 3, 6, 10, 13. And B, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. C, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. So D, 4, 5, 9, 12, 16. E, 5, 4, 9, 9, 10, so 19. Is that correct? Okay, right. Now you have to put them in a ranking order, right? So who is the best employee when taking all these factors as a whole? Overall ranking. Huh? Yes, he is the best. He is the best. Right? So he is the best employee. In this case, which is good. So lower the better or higher the better? Smaller the better, lower the better. Understand? Right. C is the best. Who is the near best? D. He is the near best. Who is the third? Third is A, no? Sorry. Third one A. He is the third. Then fourth and last. This is four. So ranking. Understand? Okay, so this is a good method. Practically, we can use this method to evaluate the level of performance. So you have been given an exam. Sorry. Data not there, no? Right, you have to fill in. Okay. Right, it's not that. So we have got the same criteria: commitment, quantity, quality, and scores. Finally, ranking. So there is another alternative method to this ranking. It's called alternative ranking. Alternative ranking. In alternative ranking, what do you do? What do you do? Suppose that there are 10 employees, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So you are supposed to rank them from best to worst by using alternative ranking. In alternative ranking, what you do is, first from the list, you select the best employee and the worst employee. Who is the best? Who is the worst? Best is recorded on the top of the list. Worst is recorded at the bottom of the list. Okay? Right. So tell me, according to your understanding, assume who is the best? A, B, C, D, E, F until J. Who is the best? Tell me any employee. Yes? Huh? C. C is the best. So that's her name is written on the top of the list. C. Who is the worst? Huh? Anybody? H. H is the worst. Right. So C is the best, H is the worst. Now we have selected 2 out of 10. How many employees remaining? 8. Out of these 8, again you select the best and the worst. Who is the best among these 8 employees? Huh? B. B is the best. Who is the worst? Who is the worst? Huh? I. Worst. Right. Now we have selected 4 employees. How many employees remaining? 6. Out of this, who is the best and the worst? Who is the best? E is the best. Worst? Huh? D. D is the worst. Right. Now we have selected 6 employees. 4 remaining. Out of these 4, who is the best? Who is the best? Huh? F. F is the best. Worst? Who is the worst? A is the worst. Right. Now we have selected A. 2 more. There are 2 more employees remaining. Who is the best out of these 2? Huh? J. J is the best. Worst? Huh? G. Right. Okay. Now this is the order. right now you have put all these employees in order according to their level of performance. So the C employee, C the best employee, B the next best. So E the third, fourth, and last H. Right? The same thing in different ways. This is called automated ranking. So you can rank in this way by considering one factor at a time or as a whole. So in this case, we have considered everything. Then we have looked at them as a whole, considering everything. Okay. Right. So this is also possible, especially if you want to select particular employees for some of the opportunities to be given promotions or to send for training. So you can choose. This is a good method, relatively good, but the problem is if there are 100 employees, will it be possible? 100 may be possible, but if it is 1,000, can you do it? No, you can't do it. Right? It is the number of employees. So big, so large, you can't use it. Right. Again, another method you can use is pair comparison method. Pair comparison method is better than all these methods. Pair comparison. In pair comparison, what you do is you take employee at the time when he is compared with all the others, and best employee is given a point. Best employee is given a point. So likewise, you do comparison for each and every employee. For that, for example, assume that there are 5 employees, A, B, C, D, E. You are supposed to evaluate these 5 employees by using pair comparison. What you do is you take one employee at a time and he is compared with all the others. All the others. For example, you select A and A is compared with B. A is compared with B. When A compared with B, who is the best employee? A or B? The best one is given a point. Best one is given a point. Okay. Like suppose that when A is compared with B, B is the best. And so that B is given a 1 point. Then A is compared with C. Who is the best one? A or B? Suppose that A is the best. A is given a point. Then A is compared with D. Who is the best? A or D? Best one is given a point. A is compared with E. So who is the best one? Best one is given a point. Now we have compared A with all the others. Understand? A with all the others. Then take B. Compare B with the others. Already we have compared B with A. A with B means B with A. Okay. But B with C, we have not compared. Who is the best? Best one is given a point. Then B with D. Then B with D. Now we have compared B with all the others. A with all the others. There are some more employees. Right. Take C. C has been compared with B and A. But C with D and C with E. Understand? Right now we have compared A, B, C with everybody. And finally, there's one more comparison. What is that? D with C. D with C. Right? D with D means E with D. And so that we have compared each and everybody with all the others. This one is given a point. Understand? Right. So that there were 5 employees. How many comparisons have been made? How many comparisons? How many comparisons are there? Yes, count them. How many comparisons? Huh? 11? 10 comparisons. 10 comparisons. Okay. Suppose that there are 10 employees. You get 5, so that number of pairs. So 10, no? 10. If you get 10 employees, how many comparisons are to be made? You agree? The number of employees 10. How many pairs? Is that 20? Is that 20? No, not 20. So you can use the knowledge that you have got when you were learning partials. Sorry, what is called combination. If you follow the lesson called combination, you're following mathematics or business mathematics. Combinations. Possibly from the Sankars are something. So you can use the knowledge of combinations to calculate the number of pairs. Can you use any simple formula to find the number of pairs? So that's a simple formula. So you can use to number of pairs. So what is that? N minus 1 divided by 2 is the formula. Right? Our this example, number of, so n means 5. N means 5. N minus 1 means 5 minus 1 divided by 2. What is the answer? 5 minus 1, 4. 4 into 5, 20. 20 divided by 10. This is all. But if the number of pairs, if the number of elements in 10, yes, if it is 10, 10 into 10 minus 1 divided by 2. How many? 40, 45, not 20. Understand? If there are 10 employees, there are 45 comparisons. Now you can find the number of pairs in your mind. If there are 100 employees, 400? No, no, that. 100 into 99 divided by 2. 4,950. 4,950. Is it clear? Right, so that you can calculate number of combinations if you understand number of elements. N. Understand? Right. So if there are 100 employees, will it be possible to do comparison? No, it is impossible. This is a very good method because everybody is compared with each other. But this one is given a point. Understand? So that accuracy is very high. So you can evaluate. So employees, if there are only handful of employees, if the number of employees so large, you can't do this method. But if you can do this, the accuracy is very high. Right? So I have given you an example. So look at this. Look at this table. There are 9 employees. 9 employees. Nilanthi, Lakshmi, Jeevani, Padma, Nelu, Venike, Mane. 7. So they have been given labels as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are their labels, not numerical values. Right. So now you are going to compare these employees with each other so that you are going to write their labels horizontally. 2 means Lakshmi, 3 means Jeevani, 4 means Padma, 5 means Nelu, 6 means Venike, 7 means Mane. Understood? Right. Take Nilanthi and compare Nilanthi with 2. Nilanthi is not compared with Nilanthi, so that we have not written 1. Right? Nilanthi is compared with 2. 2 means who is 2? Lakshmi. So that Nilanthi is compared with 2 means Lakshmi. When Nilanthi is compared with Lakshmi, who is the best? Is the Nilanthi or Lakshmi? Nilanthi is best. That's why we have put 1 here. 1 means not a numerical value, it's label. Understand? Nilanthi's label is 1. So that we have put Nilanthi's label 1. Nilanthi is best. When Nilanthi is compared with Jeevani, Jeevani's label is 3. Who is the best? Nilanthi, still Nilanthi. Right? So that he is given the mark. So when Nilanthi is compared with fourth one is Jeevani. Who is the best? Who is the best? Still Nilanthi. Right? When Nilanthi is compared with Mane, who is the best? Nilanthi. When Lakshmi is compared with Jeevani, who is the best? Lakshmi? Jeevani. When Lakshmi is compared with Nelu, who is the best? Who is the best? Lakshmi is the best. When Jeevani is compared with Mane, who is the best? Jeevani. When Padma is compared with Manike, who is the best? Manike is the best. Right? 90 is the best, based on this your age. Okay. Right, when Manike is compared with Mani, who is the best? Mani is the best. So Mani's label is 7. Okay, right. Now you have evaluated so each and every employee with all the others. Now you can calculate points. How many points they have got? Understand, these are not numerical values, they are labeled. Understand? Right, 3 is a label, not a numerical values. Okay, how many ones are here? So you have to calculate the total point for Nilanthi. Nilanti's label is 1. How many ones are here? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you write 12 points here. Lakshmi's label is 2. How many twos are there? How many twos? 4 twos. Right. Jeevani's label is 3. How many threes? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here another one. 5. Padma's label is 4. How many fours? How many fours? 0. 0. No even a single. Okay. So Nelum's label is 5. How many fives? Only 1. Manike's label is 6. How many 6? 2. Mani's label is 7. How many 7s? 3. Right. Now you have calculated the point they have received. Okay. Now you can put them in a rank order. In this case, which is better? Larger the better or smaller the better? Larger the better in this case. So who has got the largest, the highest points? So Nilanthi. Nilanthi is the one. The second one, Jeevan. Right? Third one, Lakshmi. Fourth one, Mane. Fifth one, Menike. Sixth one, Nelon. Last one, Padma. 0. Understand? So this is the order. Understood? Right. So when compared with the other methods, so the pair comparison is very good method. The pair comparison is very good method because everybody is compared with all the others. But the problem is, if there are 100 employees, can you do it manually? No, you can't do it. Understand? That is the learning. Right. Then critical incident method. Critical incident method. Critical incident means very important incident that has happened, which should be considered when evaluating the performance. But the problem is when it comes to evaluation, one of the problem you have to face is the immediately problem. Problem immediately. Right. So sorry. Recency. Evaluators normally remember event which has occurred in the recent past. Understand? So if there is if the period of evaluation is 1 year, he has occurred many things that can happen at the beginning of the year. He may remember only things that can happen at the end of the year. That is for recency. So if recency effects take place, so you may not get the accurate evaluation. In order to solve that problem, so one of the methods you can use the critical incident method. You are going to keep some records on critical incident that had happened. So from the part of that particular employee. Okay. So there are 2 types of events. There will be some positive events, it gives some marks. So there will be some negative events too, which reduce the mark. Understand? So whether it is positive or negative, you are going to keep records with some dates. Understand? Like for example, assume that we are going to evaluate the level of performance of a restaurant waiter. Right? So that the superior keeps some records with regard to the critical incidents so occur from the part of the waiter. For example, on the 1st of February, the particular restaurant waiter has broken 2 glasses of water because of negligence. Should it be considered for evaluation? Should it be considered? So if we break the glasses every day, it must be happen. The hotel should ban that. That is a factor to be considered. It is critical, but it is a negative. Right, so whether it is negative or positive, you keep records on the book. So you can divide the book into 2. So right side and left hand side. So on the left hand side, you can put negative rate. Right on the 1st of February. So the waiter has broken 2 glasses of water because of negligence, right? To record. Again, on the first of April, the particular restaurant waiter has taken some measures to hand over valuable parcel left behind by important customer. So it will be considered for your use. So that is a good point, positive point, right? You put the note from the right side. So on first of April, on April Fool's Day, he has taken some steps to hand over so valuable parcel so left behind by important customer. Right? Okay. Again, on the 15th of August, so the particular restaurant waiter has taken some immediate step to douse the fire before spreading that occurred in the part of the kitchen. Okay. Is it the event to be considered or not? That is the event to be considered. Critical incident. Right? So save the organization, the hotel, the restaurant. Right? So we put a note. Right? On the 15th of August, this particular restaurant waiter has taken some measures to so now extinguish the fire before spreading. Right? Again, so on the 30th of November, so one of the senior informed customer has left the restaurant because of the delay cause. One senior informed customer. Is it a critical incident considered or not? There is an incident. That's why you should not take it. Understand? So at the end of the period, you go through these events and you refresh your mind. Understand? Right, so that you can give a better evaluation. So this is what happens in critical incident. So that you can face to that reasons effect very effectively. Right? Positive, negative. Positive, put a fire out immediately before spreading. 24th, 4th, 21. Make arrangement, return valuable parts to a regular customer who has forgotten. First, your 2021. Negative. Seeming informed customer has left or with delay. So 2 glasses of water because of negligence. Understand likewise. So you can record all these things on a book. This is called critical incident. Good method. You can address that reasons effect very well. But there are some inherent problems associated with that. If employee understand that all points are negative, that's being recorded, but you have no. You have to make an additional effort to so to save the book and you have it sometimes in misplaced. Right? You have to make an additional book. Right? So there will be some things. Right, normally evaluators do not like, so superior do not like to keep records of all these things because it is considered as a burden. But however, if it is kept, so if steps are taken to report all these so incidents, so there is a book. Right, essay method, it is so easy. You are quite familiar of writing essays. When you are in schools, you have written many essays. So in this case, evaluator is required to supposed to write an essay. It's regarding the performance of the employee. Right? Especially strength and weakness. Okay, so it's supposed to write an essay. So very easy. The problem is some evaluators are very smart on writing essays. So that you will do a good job. But some evaluators are not smart on writing essay. Right? Understand? If one does not like writing essays, he will not have it out. Understand? But those who like, will do it theoretically. So that is the problem. Okay, so this is a good method, simple method, but the problem is depends on the preference of the evaluator. So that evaluation may not be agreed. Examination, this is just like the examination you are facing, we can conduct an examination to measure the level of performance of employees. Employees are supposed to face an examination. The problem is by examination, what you can measure is the knowledge, right? Not actual results, not the actual result. Some to a certain extent skills, but not actual results, right? So that is the barrier. Right, management by objective. This is one of the sophisticated methods. This is a very good method, especially this is used to measure the level of performance of manager level employees. So in this method, there are several steps to be followed. So this is somewhat complex, takes time, but very good method. So first one is to study the job. For example, suppose that you are supposed to